To make this doll dress, what I did was I measured the doll out and I kind of decided how I wanted the pieces to go, and it's going to be a kind of a little sundress and a little pair of like bloomer shorts. I'm just not going to put elastic around the leg of the bloomer shorts because there's just too much detail for that. So the pattern pieces I have here are the dress bodice, the back of the bodice, the line that'll go around the back, and it's really long because I intend to put a piece of elastic in it. So I've made it probably about 3 inches longer than the bodice piece, or 3 inches longer than I'm going to need it. I'll tell you some changes I made when I cut the fabric. The skirt piece, I was going to cut 2 pieces on the fold, but I felt like that was an awful lot of fabric for a doll dress. So what I did was just cut 2 pieces and angled them both. You see how that one coming out at an angle. And for the shorts, I cut 1 piece of, it'll be cut on the fold, 2 pieces of fabric cut on the fold. I'll show you my pieces here. You also need straps for the sundress, which I didn't make a pattern piece for. This is the back band here. This is the 2 skirt pieces. And then there's 2 bodice pieces, but only 1 band piece, because it's a doll dress, so I'm not, you know, breaking my neck to have it like perfect on the inside. But I've got 2 pieces for the bodice because I want to add the straps and turn it. And these are the 2 straps, which I cut, I think they're about 6 inches, but I don't anticipate using that whole thing. I just didn't want to undercut it. I cut 2 pieces about 1.5 inches wide, maybe 2 inches wide by about 6 inches. And then there is the 2 pieces cut on the fold for the little shorts. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is fold these straps right sides together and sew a seam down, leaving both ends open. Then I'm going to turn them and lay them with the seam laying flat in the back and press them. Okay, so you can see I've got the strap pieces sewn, turned, and pressed with the middle seam coming down the back side. So the next thing I want to do is take the bodice pieces, well, one of the bodice pieces, and right close to where the seam allowance is going to be, I'm going to just go over to the machine and tack them on there so that they don't shift around when I get ready to attach the other bodice piece. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take these bodice pieces and press under about 1/2 inch, I guess that is. Well, I could save this step for later because of the way I'm going to sew these, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Because I'm only making 1 piece for this little back band of the sundress, I'm just going to close up. I'm going to start around here and go all the way around this side, but I'm not going to close up the sides or the bottom. So, I think what I do want to do is I want to go ahead and press this over too. That way I just kind of, well, you'll see what I'll do with this, but I'm going to go ahead and press this in case I sew over that. Now, I'm not doing a lot of in-video sewing. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So again, to remind you, I've already got the straps on. I've got them folded down. My stitches are looking kind of messy there. And I'm just going to sew around this part, stopping at the sides and leaving the bottom open as well. Okay, so I've got the sides and the top of this bodice sewn. Now I'm just going to turn it. And I clipped my corners too. You guys probably saw that. Okay. I may have made this too narrow right here. This is my first time making this. I just kind of came up with it from, actually came from the baby dress that I made for a friend of mine for a baby shower gift. She was giving it as a gift. Now the next step is I need to make a casing for this back piece. Casing for the elastic. That's going to be too tight. And then I need to make a fold under so that it matches up with the front of the bodice, which will be a hem. Well, it won't be a hem. No, sorry. Hopefully these two fit together. Oh, that's a lot of fold under, and it's probably hard to tell, but this part is where I'm going to sew down the edge so that I can fit an elastic into the casing, and I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back and show you putting the elastic in and all that. Okay, right quick before this camera battery dies and I have to go charge it and do the rest of the video later, I wanted to show you what I ended up with the bodice. I've not connected the straps yet, but I do intend to do that. I'm just going to wait until I've fitted it on the doll once I've got the skirt and everything done. So you see I've got elastic there, and so that is the bodice. Now I just need to make the skirt piece that'll go onto the bodice and then sew the shorts. And what I'm going to do is go over to the machine. First I'm going to make a hem, and I'm going to go ahead and sew that up, and then I'm going to sew the two sides together, and then I'll attach it. So I've already finished the skirt. I did the hem first. I pressed it, and then I sewed it, and then I sewed down the sides, and I pressed those open, and I clipped those little corners first so they didn't stick out. Now, the next thing I want to do is attach this skirt to the bodice. And I'm going to turn the bodice wrong side out, and I'm going to turn the skirt, well, yeah, wrong side out too. A couple of things. First of all, I told you guys wrong. The right side should be facing together. I should not have turned this bodice with the wrong side facing the right side of the skirt. I actually had to go in and rip the seam out and redo it. Another thing with the back is I had without even knowing it, I had the perfect measurement of the skirt and the back, so I didn't have to gather it. I just stretched it and sewed it on. The front I still did have to do a couple of gathers. So now I'm just going to turn this cute little dress right side out. And now I want to try it on the doll. Let's just hope it fits the doll. If it doesn't, the whole thing is ruined. Alright, so that's a pretty good little fit. And it's actually longer than I kind of expected it to be. So I don't necessarily have to make the shorts, but I'm going to do it for this video. So just flip her over and see how these straps fit and where I want to place them. I'm pretty happy with where I've got the straps. So maybe like that. Yeah. So I'm just going to take it off of her and take it to the machine and stitch them to the back of the dress. For these shorts, since I cut them on the fold, there's not going to be a side seam to have to sew. I'm really just going to sew the crotch seam and the waistband and all that, and then it'll be done. But the first thing I want to do is just pressing them to get that crease out of them. I want to fold them over and create the little hem for the bottom of the leg. You could add lace or something to this. And I'm just going to do one fold over for the hem because I kind of want to get this done. I'm just going to Go over to the machine, stitch a line on each of these hems. Then I'm going to turn each one of them right sides facing together. Sorry. And sew down that side. And I'll be back to show you this next step after that. Now, I've got these sewn together. I did the hems, I did the side seam. And then I'm going to, I know it's just for a doll, but just so it doesn't look so bulky, I'm going to press these crotch seams open. Okay, so I'm going to flip one of these right side out and put it inside the other one with the right sides facing together. Okay, so I'm going to take this to the machine and sew all the way around this opening here, which will be the crotch once we have it together. And then I'm going to make an elastic casing for the top and put the elastic in the top, and I'll show you the finished shorts when I come back. Okay, y'all. Here's our little wide-legged shorts. Yeah, I really didn't take that into account, but I haven't even tried them on the doll yet. We're just going to see how they fit. Keep watching, because I'm going to tell you some mistakes I made and some changes I would make, changes I would recommend. Well, actually, those are kind of cute. Might have made them just a little bit snug. I don't want them to really pinch her little doll body, because then it'd give her an odd shape. But there you go. The dress could have been shorter. The shorts don't even really show, but I didn't want her to not have any drawers on, so I made the little shorts. They show a little bit out the bottom. You could pull them down just a little bit so that they would show. And there you have it. That's a little doll dress with little doll shorts. And let's talk about some changes I would make. Now with the dress, I told you in the beginning of the video that I originally cut the pattern piece with the intention of cutting it on the fold and cutting two really large pieces. I should have done that because I wanted a really full skirt on this dress, and it just didn't, it just fit the bodice. So that I would definitely, next time I'll cut it on the fold. As far as boo-boos, I don't think there's too many here. It turned out pretty nice. I like it, and it's something I can work from. You guys can work from it to improve on what I did. I just wanted to show how to make a doll. But anyway, that is it. That's my little tutorial on how to make a doll dress. Peace, y'all. Bye-bye.